I'm only on my second beer. You'll have to forgive me. I'm running a little slow here.
We talked about this last time. You were supposed to become pre-lubricated
And
because
I
Right?
as the show went
and
on, you got funnier and funnier. So we made that a
That
rule.
happens.
and I actually thought about that too because I had just finished my coffee about 1:30. I'm like, shit, I got to get a beer in me. So I ran to the fridge and started drinking.
Like, what are
Well,
you doing? You're like,
Mhm.
got a show to do.
And action.
hey guys, it's your boy Pat. Welcome back to the next episode of the Hollow Down Cigar Lounge. We're gonna have a good time with some friends today. OG Chad over here,
How you
and
doing?
bringing back again is D Rock Derek. What's up, my man?
What's up? What's up?
So, y'all haven't gotten to see him as much as we planned to, because for some reason he decided to have a baby and all that good stuff. So he's been a
Oh yeah, it was
dad,
totally
whatever.
my decision. Sure.
So D
Uh,
Rock, that's new for me. So are you related to Kid Rock or Ad Rock from the Beastie Boys?
I'm actually more related to the Rock, as you can
D
tell by my
Rock. Oh,
complexion.
the
Yeah,
oh,
the
and your
Rock.
muscles too. Your muscles
Yeah.
too.
Wait,
I
what?
got you.
Have those two? Not
Yeah.
quite. He paid a
well,
lot for those.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
He's
we
made a
we
lot. He's made a lot with them too.
I was about to
Yes,
say that
he
man is
has. I've seen his workouts. Holy shit.
yeah. Well, we are pulling out a. I think we all have Gordos today because I think I sent y'all these, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna light these up and get started with things. This is the Schizo Maduro by Asylum. These are more of I'm gonna say a budget type smoke. We'll get to that in a little bit when we get the price. But I'm gonna light this up because it is a full 6x60.
I feel like I need a special tool to get this giant thing from like resting position to my lips.
That's what she said.
That
It's
is, there it
huge.
is.
It's
Thanks for
huge.
walking into that one.
Thanks
Right.
for filling in for Justin.
About
That's
to say if we don't have
usually
Justin, as long as we have Derek, we still have the comments.
not going to leave any balls on the tee, are you?
Nope.
Never.
No, no, sir.
Nope. Every ball gets love.
Yeah. So I know nothing about this cigar. When I say nothing, I mean absolutely nothing.
Which
Never even seen it.
it's kind of a nice surprise when there's a cigar that you don't know about, because usually you are full of information. So it's nice when we actually get to see you completely blind smoke something, which
Yeah. I don't play in that realm very much of CLE Asylum. So like the one Asylum I smoked two. One of them was on the show. It was
right,
that giant hog
the
leg
ogre.
ogre thing that was like a big as my arm.
And the ogre, I remember, like we talked about it, and it had potential. It just felt like it was just missing, something. So I
I
will
think
preface, I've had this smoke, but the ones that we have, I sent y'all. They are the last of a bundle that I purchased um, in September of 2023. So they've been sitting in the humidor for a minute. So we'll preface that as well. So they've definitely had rest. But since we don't know about them, I'll give you what I do know as far as basic information. Although it doesn't have it on the band, it's technically an Asylum cigar made by CLE. It is a Cuban sandwich, which I know y'all know this, but it's a combination of where they mix long and short fillers.
That's not what that means.
It's what that means in this world.
All right.
That's what it means.
Uh, so, what I've noticed in the past, last time I smoked it, I do remember this, which is why I kept it for the show, is it doesn't, and we'll see if it still does this after this long, but it doesn't smoke like a short filler where it kind of falls apart, but that's because it's got the mix of short and long filler. Expected to be medium to full-bodied. Expected flavors: chocolate, spice, potentially earth, pepper, and wood. It has Honduran filler. It's a Honduran cigar. Everything I know about it is Honduran. If there's anything else in there, I'm not aware of it. So it's made. This will go to construction points. It's actually constructed at the Aladino factory in Honduras. I'm sorry, San Andres wrapper over Honduran fillers. So San Andres on the outside, everything else is Honduran. But as we mentioned, the Ogre, there's several Vitolas available in this. You've got a standard Robusto and Toro, a Gordo, a Churchill, and then they have their Grand Gordo 7x70 as an option, which I know Chad will be rushing to the store to purchase. So,
Oh yeah, I can't get there fast enough. Now, see, when we talked about the Ogre, I remember going into that show going, I'm going to hate this cigar. It's going to be a turd. And then I remember being pleasantly surprised that I did kind of like it. I don't remember what we rated it, but and the reason is I think I made the comment on the show that while we were smoking it, I kept forgetting because it was a Candela wrap
yeah, it was
over
that barber
San
pole style.
Andreas, I think. And I don't typically like barber poles, period. And I remember liking that cigar more than I thought I was gonna. I'm curious to see if you can remember what we
I'm about
ranked
to
that.
pull it up right now and tell you.
The only other CLE I've smoked was this year at PCA. I was going through the booth and they had these banana cigars, and I'm just gonna tell you just don't. If you ever see it, don't. It's not worth smoking. It was horrible.
I don't even know how to properly respond to that. I don't think.
I think like the smell of the cigar and like the first hit was good, and then as I started smoking it, it was like this shouldn't go together. But like the theory is kind of there, but flavored cigars just aren't my thing anyway.
And that's me. I'm kind of on the fence with the flavored. Well, to answer your question, when we smoked the Asylum Ogre, which was episode 46, we ended up rating it as an 85.
That's definitely better than I would think it would get.
And our notes was a sweet, somewhat floral aroma. Profile notes were different. Had some grassiness with the general cocoa and coffee. The varied wrappers blend together and cancel out any strength. So we did give it notes of it being spongy yet smooth. So the burn and the construction is the higher ratings that probably kept the point value up there, but we were missing a little bit on flavor.
Yeah, mine's starting. My cigar is kind of pulling on me. I'll touch it up because if that goes too much further, it won't be burning correctly. But yeah, I just remember liking it more than I thought I was gonna. But
yeah, I'm curious to see and mine's so far starting level, so that's a good comparison. Having three of them on the show, seeing what happens. Ignore my black finger there. Decided to get it caught in a brake caliper not too long ago.
Well, that isn't so smart. Why'd you do that?
Well, I was mad at it.
Strategic value to it?
No, it just made me mad. So
it wouldn't come worse than pinching your finger or slamming your finger with a hammer. It's nothing.
It's like,
worse.
and anybody that's whether you're a mechanic or you've just done work, you it was that bittersweet moment where the bolt didn't want to break loose. And then finally, the moment it breaks loose, you put all your power into it, and you're happy because it breaks loose for about 0.1 seconds until your hand slams into the back of the caliper. And then there's some choice words that follow that happiness. So,
Mhm.
you
And
know,
usually a trip to the hospital.
so luckily not this time. It just, man, it hurt. I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, I've got a little memory for, not trying to flip you off here, but a little memory until that grows out.
Sure looks like you are.
I know there's a scar here. I can't show it on camera because it's not going to show up, but exact same situation you're talking about with a tractor a long, long time ago. Trip to the ER, a few stitches.
Yeah, tractors usually end up in the ER realm frequently.
Tractors always win the battle.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, no shit. No matter how hard I punch that son of a bitch.
Mhm.
So, my initial notes, like I said, it's almost like a blind smoke for me. It's not, because I have smoked this before. I remember the construction, but I don't remember the palate notes. But for me, all I'm getting at the very beginning is some coffee and spice. I haven't got any of those other expected notes yet. What are your initial thoughts on it so far?
I agree with that. I'm also getting some cocoa, like cocoa powder,
Okay.
mixed in with that coffee, and I would say a light pepper.
Derek's got to drink some more before he can talk.
I'm getting mostly cigar.
Mostly cigar.
But I'm only getting the cocoa on the retro, Pat.
So
try
all
the
we got to
retro
do is
Definitely cigar. Getting a lot of that.
on a cigar. Did Pat freeze up on us?
He did. Yeah,
We'll see
that's
if he
a
comes back.
what a frame to freeze onto. He looks
Right,
amused.
but he was amused. He was amused.
We're running the show now. What's up?
Uh,
It's your boy Derek here.
Oh, we're gonna get banned off YouTube in a hurry.
Oh, Daddy has
This show
left the chat.
can never be back on.
Well, YouTube's already creeping in on that territory anyway, so.
So, what's it like being a father? Let's talk about that. How's that changed your whole entire world?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
So,
I'm
is the baby sleeping now? Because that's the
finally
biggest struggle.
kind of, sort of, sometimes. I mean, she has 3 a.m. dance parties in her crib, and
Yep.
yeah,
Now, is your wife back to work now?
yeah, we're all back to work. Hey, Pat came
Okay.
back.
Hey,
So,
for all of you that don't know, we have a special guest on the show. His name is Pat. Here he is.
hey,
Say hi, Pat.
Late as usual.
We
hey,
did our best to get kicked off of YouTube while you were gone, but
yeah.
we're not successful.
Great, we're gonna have to do GunTube stuff now, which is cool. Love it.
Yeah, I'm just glad y'all are still here because I thought the whole thing crashed. Apparently, my internet just decided to refresh itself. So, great time for that.
This was a hostile takeover. That's what it was.
That's what it was. You thought
So we were
this
talking
was
about
bye.
we were talking about notes before you left, and I was saying that the only way I get that cocoa powder is on the retro. So, have you retroed it yet, Pat?
Not
That's
yet.
where I'm
I
getting the
usually
cocoa
wait
powder.
a second, so I will do that here in a couple puffs. Then
Kind
let's
of
do it now. Screw it.
yeah, it's not too spicy to do. I was retroing right off the get on this one, but that's where I'm getting the powder, like cocoa powder.
Yeah, it's you're right. No pepper came through the retro, and I understand the cocoa powder because that makes me. It reminds me of being a kid, and I'm like literally taking a spoonful of the Nestle cocoa powder, like the
Yep.
dryness of it.
It's almost like that. Yeah, it is a little dry.
That is
too.
interestingly specific.
That's what I remembered when I tasted it. Cocoa powder.
Interesting. And I do get a little bit of, and I do mean subtle, a little bit of maybe a wood tone, but only when I retro. It's not coming through the smoke just yet.
Yep.
Well, I have no idea if all I heard before I went away is that Derek said he was getting notes of cigar.
Yep.
So,
And then you were froze like this,
like,
Mm-hmm.
and it was awesome.
that's great. Maybe
that'll
that'll stay. Maybe that'll actually show up on the recording, so I can make fun of myself for a change. Everybody else always gets good, funny screenshots. I got to get myself every once in a while.
It's for sure going to be there until you drop off because it was there for us. Like we could see
So you
it.
saw it?
And,
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Deal.
You were just stuck. At first, we didn't realize you were stuck. We were like waiting for you to answer. And I looked and I was like, oh, he's frozen.
Yeah. The whole
You had
thing.
that stunned look on your face. I'm like, no, I didn't tell that offensive a joke. There's no way that's what got him.
You're one of the few people that can catch me off guard with your jokes, though. So that is plausible.
Why, thank you. I appreciate you saying that.
Got plenty of shows to prove it.
Yeah, my burn is just all over the place.
That's interesting.
And I'm
Mine's getting a little
outside.
wonky.
I'm outside, granted, but there's no wind here right now. It's pretty still.
Well,
I think that probably just has to do with the sandwich.
It may be
probably-
because, and there are with the sandwich style, you do have consistent or inconsistencies, right? Even if you're
For
blending them,
sure.
because mine is. I'm gonna get it past the light here. I've got almost. I think it's actually doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Especially for a sandwich.
Your
so,
ash looks nice too. Like my ash. I don't know, dude. I'm way past that.
That's a really nice ash you got there.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man. I work hard.
But
for
it
that.
might be because I have to keep touching it up too. So I'm burning down part of the cigar to
Mhm.
try to get it back to level.
Yeah, that's probably. But you would
So I'm
not.
gonna-
I may do this. Sorry, computer. I usually try not to ash on the setup, but because it's a Cuban sandwich, I almost want to try to see how long it's going to go because its first inch, it's acting like it is a traditional long filler, not a sandwich. I mean, that would not be indicative of anything short filler whatsoever. So I'm curious to see. And it could just be that I've got a little bit more long filler in this one. That's the way these go. And I reference that it's somewhat a more budget stick to the point. Let me find the right Vitola. So this in the Gordo size, the average price for a bundle, they come in bundles, not boxes, to save some money. The bundles of 20 are only $95. So, you're talking what, $2.50 ish a piece. So these are not, your expensive sticks. These are, a lot of times that's where the short filler comes from. It's the leftovers from other cigars. They're repurposing, reblending into other things to, to salvage the tobacco leaf. But and like I said, we like to show love to the budget sticks, just like we do the high dollar Fuentes. So anyway,
the sun is shifting on me again.
yeah,
you're fine.
it'd be okay.
A little bit of a tan.
Yeah. I mean, you tried to battle it out before we started. It's gonna win.
I can't defeat the sun.
It'd be awesome if we could. Shoot,
Man,
before I did this backdrop, I did a lot of shows, outside on the deck. The sun was a problem.
I don't know if this shows up or not, but I have a big hollow spot in the middle.
Trying to tunnel on you a little bit, or canoe, I guess is the. So if it stays and goes away, it just may mean that there's a weak spot. But if it starts to tunnel all the way, then there was a construction issue. So you'll have to tell us what it does over the next, few minutes. Because we talk about it all the time. They're man-made products and it's an organic product. So even if this was a premium cigar, it can still have a mistake. But we know in this case that there is short filler in the mix. So there may be some variances, which it's good to kind of talk about this stuff too, because you got guys that only smoke the higher end stuff. So this may be new for them, and it may be something they never smoke, and you can still talk about it. But the people that like to stay in this realm of cigar, that way they know what they're looking at.
So I'm right here.
You
Construction
are
right now
smoking
is
faster than me.
about. Well, I've had to relight
Yeah,
this much of it 3 times. So like torching the side off to get it down. So construction right now is about a 0. Um, but all the nice flavor notes that were in the beginning of the cigar are gone. It's leaving a really bad taste in my mouth right now, which I
Hmm.
don't know why, but I'm gonna let it sit for a second. Take a little
Yeah.
break,
See if that's
clean
because
my
the
mouth
blend.
out.
See if it's because the blend changed, or is it because you're having to torch it so much, and see what it does.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of
Yes.
apparently I've got the lucky stick of the day because I'm still burning good.
Yeah, it's nice and straight too.
And my flavor hasn't changed. Now, well, I say that I'm every fleeting moment I'll get a touch of the wood on the palate that I said I wasn't getting, but that's everything else is staying the same. So I guess we'll kind of give these a few minutes and then regroup and see what's happening.
Yeah. When I'm smoking a cigar, I always like to, I mean, after 20 seconds, I shouldn't taste it on my mouth. It should be gone.
Right.
And if I still taste it on my mouth, it's not for me usually.
There was I only remember this specifically because we just well, I say just, it's only been what 3 episodes or something like that. The Dirty Bird with Tony Rawlings, we talked about that. His was a very different because when it stayed on the palate, it was actually pleasant. It didn't have that lingering bitterness that a lot have. But most of the time, if if it's lingering on your palate, it's usually not a good mark. So,
But his was the sweetness that lingered in it.
mm-hmm.
When I say it lingered, his didn't linger any longer than 10 seconds or so. Like it was when you blew the smoke out, it stayed there and you could taste it, but 30 seconds later it was gone.
Right.
When your mouth still tastes like an ashtray after 30
Yeah,
seconds, then that's
I
not a
see
good
what you're
sign.
saying. Yeah, that's a good point.
Not a pleasant taste.
Derek's just trying to figure out if he's going to be a yep or a nope guy, and I think he's on the fence right now. So I can see your expressions as you're tasting things.
Yeah, I mean it's meh. I mean I don't know which other way. I'm going much slower than usual. As we discussed earlier, the last couple cigars kind of put me on my ass a little bit.
Well, like I said, you haven't. It's the cigar sickness is a thing, especially if you start losing your tolerance to certain things, and you've been a little busy lately. So
Yeah. Speaking of, I accidentally got fucked up on my favorite whiskey the other night. That was fun.
oh.
I had a day off. I'm told. I think I slept through most of it.
Sometimes you just need a little regroup and pretend the day doesn't exist.
Well, I don't know. I'm having to switch to beer a little earlier in life than I thought. I'm not 40 yet. God.
Hey,
liquor sneaking up on you a little quick.
Man, I keep forgetting. I drink 100 proof whiskey, and I also don't measure anything when I pour it. And I'm also getting older, and I'm drinking less and losing weight. All of those things compound in a way that's not going to make you retire rich. It's going to make you retire early, accidentally. Yeah. So, oops.
Well, since we're talking about it, I haven't done a pairing every time lately because as we've talked, it's been stupid hot and outside in the shops and everything. But in honor of Derek, I am pairing this with some Monkey Shoulder. And this is the bottle Derek got me before he moved, so I've only been bringing it out whenever we get to smoke with him. So,
Well, I'm honored.
but I will say, pairing wise, it changes absolutely nothing, which is rare. Usually you get some sort of, I don't know, influence or change, or it brings a note out. It doesn't seem like it's changing anything, which is interesting, is a word I'll use.
So I'm guessing you're not really digging this one.
So I think that might be kind of the trend here, because Asylum usually makes good products. I understand this is a budget level sandwich here, but I want to say that it's decent. It's not enough that I'm going to trash it and tell you never to smoke it again, but it's also one that I don't plan on going to buy on purpose either. Like, and I do think the pack that I got of these was the first and only time I've ever purchased them. So that's why the ones that we have, have the age that they have on them, because I haven't bought any more since. I don't know if I would. Well, no, I probably would not purposely go buy it again. I can tell you that this early. But I have had worse. So I guess if I'm being fair, it's probably so far it's portraying like a middle ground cigar. It could be like a yard guard. It could be, one that you're smoking when you don't actually need to stop and focus on it. Something like that, but it's not going to be one that I would recommend to go out and, smoke when you're actually wanting to stop and enjoy a quality cigar. I think it kind of falls in that middle ground so far.
It's kind of like a trash TV cigar when you just need to turn your brain off.
Yeah,
See,
actually.
This is the Desperate Housewives of cigars.
Yeah, I would not call this a yard guard, because when I'm smoking a yard guard, it's gotta stay lit is like the number one thing for me, because I don't pay enough attention to it. I don't have a steady cadence when I'm out in the yard working, right? So
Right.
this cigar wouldn't last 10 seconds as a yard guard, because it would go out on me. That's my experience with this one, at least. Like, I'm really having to work at the construction on this to make it work. So,
And that's a good point, because inconsistencies here, and this is one of those shows we say we always try to be honest. We're not always going to say it's good things, and this is, where I'm getting a good stack here. Chad can't keep his lit, and it's Chad can't keep his lit. So,
and I'm halfway through it because I'm lighting the crap out of it, trying to get it to come back. It keeps running on me.
So
and I dry boxed this for a day. It was in a dry box for 24 hours.
Interesting. So definitely some inconsistencies here. So this is definitely going to be, well, I can tell you now, I don't know where it's going to land. We'll see what the rest of the show does, but it's definitely going to be on the lower end of the ratings that we have done on the show so far.
Well, that hot garbage taste I was getting has gone away, so that's good. Back to like more of a wood note.
So I wonder if maybe that was, the I don't know. This is a stretch on thought here. Is whether it's the smaller short filler or it's just weaker leaf that it was you having to relight it. It was just burning it out. Maybe.
Yeah, it could have been causing a little excess heat for sure.
It still doesn't make it acceptable. Just trying to understand why it did it, Because
where are you at, halfway or no?
No, I'm just now getting into
third.
Yeah, barely in the second, third. I said it's crazy because, and I have the fan over here, and y'all know that usually I will make a statement that, hey, this burn issue is not the cigar. It's because I got a fan pointed at me. I've got the fan over here, the same spot I normally do, and I'm still holding good. So it's a complete 180 from what yours is doing. So there's definitely inconsistencies. My word of the day, apparently.
I think is yours running too, Derek? It looks like yours is kind of doing crazy stuff on you.
A little bit. The tunneling / canoeing issues kind of solved itself. I'm trying to find my camera here. Yeah. So that's kind of evened out a little bit.
That's a good picture.
That is a good picture.
It could just be me. No, probably not spinning enough.
Well, you can. We can tell though, regardless, that you're getting a little bit of wind draft because your smoke is just wee. So
yeah, a little bit. It's not It's not strong wind. It's just wind.
just enough.
No,
But
earlier I thought I was going to blow away.
now you show that hold your cigar up again for a second, because you mentioned the tunneling or the canoeing that you had, and it looks
Yeah, that was
like
just a pocket.
it's just a pocket. So
Yeah.
at least in this case, on that note alone, it wasn't a horrible construction note. It was just a bad construction moment. But I'm starting to get a little bit of a curve here, so it may try to drop soon. I don't understand. I really don't.
Ooh. Device overheating. That's not good. Let me move that camera a little bit.
It's definitely hot outside.
Yep. Gonna have to move with it. Try and get it into
So
some
as far
shade.
as notes, Pat, are you still getting anything? Because I'm not getting a whole lot of anything but like wood now. There's no cocoa, no pepper.
It's weird because I've got, and obviously I'm not quite as far as you, so I don't know if mine will do the same. But I'm getting 0 spice. I've got a very touch of cocoa. The wood has become stronger, but there's no pepper. There's no like deep earth, nothing like that. It's just right now it's mostly wood and just a hint left of cocoa, but nothing else much is coming through it. It's very minimal on flavor as well.
For me, that cocoa note was the best thing about it in the beginning there. I did enjoy that, but it was pretty fleeting.
Agreed. Like, since mine is actually staying lit well, I'm actually getting.
That's
pretty good.
crazy that your ash is holding that long.
It makes no sense. I am impressed. I wish y'all were getting the same experience, because then we could talk how cool it would be for a short filler to have ash. But apparently, I don't understand how I'm getting it and y'all are not. So something's different. But because I've got decent, for whatever reason, mine's got decent construction, I am getting pretty decent smoke output. I can give it that. But there's not. That we lost Derek. See if we get him
Mine is
back.
a struggle. I've had to really stay on mine to stay lit, and that's part of the reason I think my flavors are all muddled. Because I'm almost like in order to get the smoke output that I desire on a 60 ring gauge, you shouldn't have to work to get smoke. And I'm working way too hard to get smoke out of this, which is probably overheating the cigar. So, and there I got a nice big hole.
And you got one too.
Yeah. I thought I saw that developing earlier. Yeah.
Well, this is going to be one of those interesting shows all the way around, because I got kicked. Wow, and see, I just went off the screen completely. So this is just homage for the day. Let's see.
All right. Well, it's just me, so we're gonna talk. I'm gonna tell you what I really think about this. Oh, you're back.
We're just going to keep Chad up because he's the only consistency of this show, cigar, personnel, or otherwise. So we lost, I dropped at the beginning. Derek dropped out. He's having an issue as well. So we're going to see if we can get him back. If not, this is just going to be, maybe I should title this show The Schizo Maduro and Inconsistencies.
And bloopers. Yeah. Schizo Maduro bloopers.
But hey, we always say we try to be honest. You're getting to get to see all the good and the bad today.
So I don't know if you just saw that, but I had to give this thing about 6 pulls to get a mouthful of smoke finally. And then once I did, it tasted like hot garbage. So
yeah,
I'm having to work way too hard to pull smoke from it. Yeah. And then once I do, I think I'm causing it because I'm heating the cigar up and it doesn't taste right.
Now, the tough draw, has that been the same for you the whole way, or is that as you've burned down, it's gotten tougher?
It's weird because it's not like it's a tough draw. Like the resistance doesn't feel like it should be yielding. It should be yielding good smoke. but it's not.
Interesting.
It's almost like inconsistency in the leaf causing it to want to burn, or missing components keeping it from burning.
That could be very possible. That would make sense. So I'm in anticipation of. I know it's a really rough shot, but I've put my outdoor ashtray, which is not the prettiest. I probably should clean it. It's a Sereno, but because I'm anticipating to get a drop at some point. I mean, I don't know how it's lasted near this long. It makes zero sense to me in my brain. I don't get it.
You got the one good one they made.
Yeah, I guess I got the one good one.
Yeah, I mean, you know how I am with cigars, and I don't typically. I'll smoke anything one time, but I don't want to waste my time with anything that's not performed. So, like, I would never smoke this again, even if somebody gave it to me. Just being honest,
I'm the same way. Well, it's
because even if I got a good one, like, it's not worth it to me. Because the whole point of smoking a cigar is to go out and relax. I mean, I'll throw away a $20 cigar if it starts giving
right.
me fits. I'll try to run a draw tube on it one time. If it doesn't work, it's going in the can, and then I'm going to talk bad about it, and I won't buy anymore, right? But
see Derek trying to come back in. Let me see if we can snatch him up again, make something of this show, because everything's going to crap today, boys.
I'm just gonna go and walk around with the camera. How about that?
we could bring some new special guests in too. Like, might as well.
Right?
Everybody's been off. We'll bring some people on.
You right?
Got any
Halftime,
neighbors,
baby.
Got any neighbors, Derek, that want to come?
Oh, I do. I don't think they smoke cigars.
No, that's sad. Well, what?
Hey, speaking of football terms, next week, babe. Oh.
Yeah, which one's next week? Because we're
football season starts next. What are you talking about?
yeah. No, this is oh, I know football coming back. Of course, by the time this actually publishes, football will already be out. But we are very well excited because we all are anxious for football season to actually.
Do you guys watch or follow preseason stuff or no? I haven't watched one single game.
I like to be
usually
surprised.
Don't. Well, you don't learn anything from preseason anyway because they're not playing.
There it goes.
The whole
Finally
team,
lost my
right?
ash.
They're playing all their starter, or they're not playing their starters. They're playing all their people they're looking at and trying to give looks to for the practice squad. And you don't see a lot of starters on the field ever.
So I'm gonna try this before I screw it up. So of course I had my ashtray down here. It didn't land in the bowl. It landed on the lip. I want to see, because we don't know how or why my ash stayed as long as it did. So I'm gonna see if it'll let me pick it up or not. Nope.
Blew apart.
Oh, I got part of it, and it's crumbling as lightly as I can touch it. So it's kind of sort of there. But it's interesting. But Derek, we were saying while you were coming back that we're kind of both in agreement that this is not a cigar that either of us would purposely go out and get again. Now, I have a feeling we're probably going to be on the same track with that.
Agreed. Not everything's a yep.
Right.
I don't think I've given a nope yet, have I?
Well, you're about to.
It is looking like it.
You had a temporary yep, and I stress temporary because that was the I can say this because I remember it's the only one, the Nica Libre Maduro, where the three of us smoked before you moved, and you had one that was constructed so horribly. So you had a nope then, but then when you re-smoked it, it was a much better experience. So you got a fluke.
No. I still enjoyed that one, even though it burned like a newspaper on a fireplace.
Right. That thing burnt so quick. But as far as a full nope, I think this is going to be your first one. And
Yeah, there was one we smoked a while back. I don't remember what it was. It may have been something I smoked by myself. It was just like I didn't even finish it. I got a quarter of the way in. I don't even care what the rest of it tastes like. I just threw it in the trash.
And that was the other part that I don't know if you were able to hear it coming back or not, but Chad was saying, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, you want to try to not waste your money, but if the cigar is a dog turd, then it's a dog turd. You don't want to keep, on it. So
there are better options out there for that price range.
Right. So, I was hoping, and even, talking back to Asylum, I was, even though we didn't like explicitly highly enjoy the ogre, it was constructed okay, and it was still better than we thought. Like, it wasn't completely terrible. An Asylum, is kind of hit or miss. They'll have some great sticks, and then they'll have some okay sticks. And I guess it's a good thing for Asylum that their name is not actually on the band, because maybe not everybody will realize it's theirs. I don't know.
Well, you said we gave the ogre an 85, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's a far cry from what this is going to be.
Yeah. So, and I'll tell y'all, watching this review, it's I don't know what the number is going to be yet, but I can tell you, whatever it is, the only reason it's going to be that high is because we're going to play a number of averages because we try to be honest. So the only reason it's going to get any good points on construction is mine, not because of theirs. So I don't know where that number is going to hit yet. We're going to have to actually have a legit deep dive conversation on how we're going to review this once we're done smoking on the show. But I'm not sure yet where we're going to put this, but it is definitely not going to be 85. And it will be a hard discussion if it reaches 80. So we'll see what we do.
I don't want to jinx myself, but it seems like now, let's see.
Get past any maybe weird construction points. Is it getting
so
better?
It only took me one. That was a standard draw for me where I was having to do 4 or 5 hits before to get any kind of smoke out of it. So now it's burning better now that I'm here. I don't know.
Interesting.
And the taste is a little better.
It could be just a failed construction on your cigar where the first half was just crap.
Yeah, I would give the whole cigar a failed construction.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're having to get that far into it, I mean, it's one thing if the first inch is a little weird, because then you can say, the tobacco got yanked when it got cut if it wasn't a clean cut. But if you're having to go that far into your cigar, nah.
Yeah, I'm well into my last third here.
Yeah, it's way too far to.
So now I'm the one lagging behind.
So the first, well, no, Pat's still.
I'm about there. I just haven't taken the band off yet. We're about the same, probably.
Yeah, Pat. I think Pat has the longest stick.
In fact, I'm gonna go and take this band off because it's now that I'm up here, it's starting to get loose. So I'm going. See, that just slid right off. Hey, at least it's got a good point for band removal. You know what I mean? We're gonna find something positive about the show. The band came off.
Yeah, my band came right off too. My band came right off.
I give it a 10.
It's like, what's your favorite thing about the cigar that the band came off?
It's too bad there's no ranking system for that on Box Press. How easily did the band come off? You should talk to Trevor about that. That should be like a 2-point skew that you can throw in there.
Right.
It's not going to make or break the cigar, but it might just take it from 89 to 90. And I'm not talking about this one, obviously. So
just the checkbox, band removed clean, yes or no? +2, -2. Man.
Yeah. Yeah, this is actually smoking okay now, finally.
It's interesting.
No, I'll give it points for ease of draw. I mean, it doesn't smoke like a straw, but it's also, I don't have to go blue in the face trying to get smoke out of it, at least on mine. It's been just kind of like a typical cigar experience. So with so many construction issues.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was telling Pat, Derek, is that it wasn't that my draw felt constricted. Like when I pulled on the cigar, the airflow was correct, but no smoke was coming out. Like, so I'd have to hit it 4 or 5 times to get a mouthful of smoke, which I should have usually hit it 1.5, right?
That's aggravating.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I'll tell you, if you want a good mark on us not being incredibly impressed, we're a good ways into this show, and we have not had the opportunity, even outside of software issues here, we have not had the opportunity to go off on the deep end of some other fun conversation because we spent our entire energy trying to figure out what we're going to do with this cigar.
I think it's an in-person thing because, like, if I'm sitting right next to you, I'll find something to talk about, even if I just have to take a jab at you.
I don't know, man, because when we first started this remote stuff, me and Chad did the first one, and we were trying to figure out the online space of communication. And the more we've done it, I know you've been busy, so you haven't been able to experience this as much yet. But as we have gone on, we have gotten much better at conversing and communicating and telling stories. And if and the time will come, you get back to do more shows with us, you'll see the same experience. It gets a little bit smoother.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring more beer next time.
Bring more beer next time.
I only had 3. I was told I need at least 2 before the cameras start rolling. So
just
I did.
allot yourself one shot first, and then follow with a beer or 2. That should be the right mix.
We just talked about this.
I said one shot.
I no longer trust my liquor. Come on.
And you should measure it. It's not one cup
That's
or tumbler.
Blasphemy. Okay, former bartender here. I don't need to measure shit.
Well, you probably know how to count. Don't they count when they do it?
Yes, but that requires you to put a pourer on it. I just go straight out of the bottle.
Put the pourer on it, and it's 1, 2.
Get a little shake, yeah, a spin, so you get a little bit of that funnel action going. Yep.
Right. Oh man, but I guess not every review is going to be top tier, which is the whole point of reviews, right? We're trying to be honest. We're trying to portray what's here.
I don't know if you can see this, but my favorite part of this cigar is the fact they used a different leaf for the cap. That's the good thing I have to say about it.
Yeah, it's
it's darker. Did you notice that?
Mine's not as dark, but there is a subtle.
Man, mine is like.
Well, let's see if I can.
Mine's a much different color.
If I can find it's slightly like mine's more of a, I don't know, I guess sheen.
Your whole cigar looks darker than mine.
It may be.
Curious. I've got a little bit of a color difference, but not as pronounced as Chad's.
Yeah, mine's very evident.
Yeah, yours is. Holy, yeah, your whole cigar looks lighter than mine.
That's what I was saying. Both of you guys, they look a
little bit different cigars.
No, mine was the same. Well, that's what you're going to get with these bundle smokes. It's so whatever they've got laying around, whatever they got left.
We've talked about this as well. If you've got boxes from your higher brands, right? There's going to be color inconsistencies in the same wrapper, even in the Davidoffs and the Fuentes. But what they do is they set the lots out so that this box or this lot is almost the same color. These bundles, these budget bundles, they don't care. They're just
right.
So in the same bundle,
these are ones that didn't make the cut at all, and they just get thrown in a pile, and they all get turned into this, right?
It very well could be.
Like it's all the rejects get thrown in a pile, and then they roll, bundle cigars from them.
I mean, it definitely could be, because I know there's some other sandwiches that we've run into that they'll advertise that it's built that way. It is the scrappings from XYZ cigar, or it was the seconds or whatever. So this one doesn't say that, but it very well may be that,
That's what pulpetta is. I think it's table trimmings from Nicarita, and I can't remember one of the other sticks, but
something. And and I get it, because as a manufacturer, you're trying not to waste product, right? Because I think you're still having costs in and out, so you try to find something to do with your leftover product. It's just sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, they want to utilize every piece of that leaf that they purchased,
Mm-hmm.
one way or another.
And I think this is a good showing today as far as where consistencies lie, because we don't have much of it. And still, I'm at the halfway mark now, and I'm on Ash Run number 2 already. I've got a greatly constructed cigar, and you, Chad, clearly did not. It is
Mhm.
opposite ends of the spectrum here, and I feel like Derek's kind of somewhere in the middle. You know, he's had a couple of hits, but he's getting good smoke output. He's getting good draw, so it's kind of. But he had his tunnel, so we're kind of hitting every mark that you could possibly hit on where a cigar would land on construction or build quality. I do not foresee myself replenishing this stock ever on purpose. If it shows up in a sampler or something, that's probably the only way I'm going to get it.
Cigars for warriors. That's would be my suggestion.
Right. Somebody will want to smoke this cigar, or want a cigar that they don't care what they're smoking. That's, that has its place, but this is not one that I would recommend going to buy on purpose, and it is what it is.
For what it's worth, there was, I think, one in the little care package you sent me a while back. I've gone through all of those, by the way, except for the ones you told me to save for the show. I don't know much about it. It was just called REO. That thing was fantastic.
Okay, I know exactly what that is. That is made by Ortega Cigars. That is a cheap little like $1.50 cigar, and that's why I sent it to you without telling you anything about it.
Dude, I love that thing.
That is a banger of a cigar, and it was a Robusto one I sent you, wasn't it? A smaller one, I think.
I think so, yeah. I think I found a box of them, and I don't remember what the price on them was, but it was pretty reasonable. Yeah.
I'll say it like it is. They're cheap, but they don't smoke like a cheap cigar. And Ortega's not like one of your top tier brands, but they've been doing things for a while. And that REO is a sleeper. It's crazy.
Like that one hit me so hard. I was like, okay, I'm gonna Google this thing right here, right now, before I even finish smoking. I want to know a little bit more about it. I couldn't find a lot on it, but dude, yeah, that one left a mark. I like that one.
I don't have any left. I just double checked, but that's one that if unlike the Schizo Maduro, the Ortega REO, if I see a bundle of those, because I think it was either Thompson or Cigar Page or one of those sites had them. That's a bundle I'd throw in. So that was a little surprising little one. What I wonder if I put that on the. I know I have my cigar trades list. I don't know if I actually put that on there since it wasn't a trade. I just sent you crap. I don't know if I did or not. I probably did not. I don't think I did. No, I didn't. I was going to see what else I gave you, but I don't remember. I just threw crap in a box and said, here you go.
Well, I went through it.
Well, if we can get you somewhat on the show more frequently, we may have to send you some more cigars, because we only got a few left on what you got set aside for the show.
Yeah. I think we've only done 2.
4 or 5 in there, don't I?
Something
like that, probably. Let's see. Yeah, I should have 4 left after today. I won't tip off what they are, but there's a couple decent ones in there. There's one that Chad's had before that he wasn't impressed with, so we're going to see if round 2 does anything different for him.
Which one was that?
That is the Exactus Puro Ambar.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I let that one die in the ashtray.
Yep. So
I remember telling you about that.
That one is one that we're going to see if round 2 does any, so then we can have a mark if Chad got a fluke or if that is just standard for the cigar.
That was just construction. I mean, it was, from what I remember, like when I lit it, it had some good notes, but similar to this one, it did not cooperate. So I just threw it in the ashtray and let it die.
And
gone.
I'd say we could do that the next time Derek's on, but I would hate to have 2 of our shows in a row be bad showing. So we may hold off on that one, do something else next time. But
does it matter?
No, that's
not
really. It's in the bag, and we're going to tell the truth. So
it is.
If it fails, it fails.
It may turn out being good. I don't know. I've only smoked 1 or 2, but I was not reviewing them. It was like smoked while working kind of thing. So I can't honestly say a really good review from my perspective. So I'd like to see what it does in comparison to what you've had before.
I don't remember how
If I have
long ago
enough
that
beer,
was.
I want to know what the rest of that sentence was going to be, Derek. If I
Yeah.
had enough beer.
Oh, I mean, if I have enough beer, any cigar is going to be a yep, I'm sure. I came underprepared today. So last time you told me I couldn't come on camera unless I had at least 2. So I got 3, not wanting to push it. My fault, you know?
You can't let
Hey,
it influence your cigar decisions, though.
Sure I
hey,
can.
that's
It's
one
all about
thing
the
you
content, not the opinion.
That's true.
that's one thing you and Wood had in common. Like there was I did several shows with him, and there was one show that we did. He wasn't drinking, and at the end of the show, he's like, "I should have had some alcohol first," because even he noticed he was just not the same dude.
Yeah.
Which he's actually tried to get on the show a couple times, but he's prepping to move and everything, so his schedule's been a little hectic. But he's actually asked to try to come back on the show, but he's a contractor, so he never stops working, so that makes it tough too.
Yeah.
Adulting sucks.
Yes, it does.
I got to do it though, because without adulting, you can't enjoy somewhat decent cigars like this.
Wait till you have kids.
Nah, I'll we're not planning, so I'll. I've been saying for a while that I've got 4 kiddos, and now I've got 5. I just can't put my hands on the 5th one because you're all the way in the Carolinas. But
I mean, it's not that far. You can be there in a day if you drive.
I've driven farther.
Hey, also, we've had some friends from Shreveport come and visit us. They just took a plane. It can be done. Come spend the weekend, man.
No, that has been the entire plan. Mardi Gras has just kicked my behind this year, so we still got a ways to go. So that was the original plan, is to just grab one of the flights and just jump over. I've also been saying
There's cool stuff to do here, man.
Done that either. So
when is actual Mardi Gras?
It's into January, February time frame.
Oh gosh, you got a long time before that.
But
happens.
it's when you're down here in Mardi Gras world, it's a full season. So regardless if you yourself are religious or not, the Mardi Gras calendar falls on the Catholic Lent and Mardi Gras season. So the dates will like fluctuate a little bit. But let's say every year, into January, early February, somewhere in that ballpark, you'll have the Mardi Gras parade. And let's say if that's the end of the season, right? Well, then around May, the season resets. In June, July, the stand-in royals for the next season will take over. You have your coronations in like July time frame, August. So we've been kind of doing that stuff the last couple months of all the crews in the area, announcing who their next kings, queens, dukes, duchesses, all that's going to be. And then, a couple months of all the crews doing their coronations. Then you kind of have a downplay where you're getting the floats ready. You've got each float's got their theme. So that's where the painting comes in, making sure the floats are good. Kind of fast forward. And there's a whole lot of community involvement in that time frame. So all the crews are big community. There's golf tournaments, going to hospitals, going to schools, doing community events. So that probably from like September to December, there's just a whole lot of community outreach that's going on. January, you have 12th night, which kind of kicks off the actual Mardi Gras season. Then you have all your grand balls where all the costumes come out and all the presentations come out. And then a couple weeks after that, you start having all the parades from all the crews. And then it resets and you go back to the next year. So it is literally almost a full year of a season every year of involvement and events. It's not just the parade. So that's something I didn't realize until I got into it several years ago. I didn't realize how big of a community thing it really was. All I thought about was the parade. And the more you get into it, the more you realize it's actually a pretty big deal. Some people, live, breathe Mardi Gras. And I understand the pretense now because there's so much more involvement than just a parade than you would ever anticipate until you actually get into it. But it is almost a full year of involvement being into it, and I mean it's fun. It's just very busy.
A lot of work.
But that's why your royalty, you do it for a year and then somebody else takes the reins and they do their time. So because it's a very busy year.
Yeah, I've been out of cigar for about 5 minutes now.
I had a feeling you were probably
I
out.
don't know if you noticed, but
Still going. Yes.
I tapped mine, but I mean, it's still, if I didn't have I'm going to speak on my construction alone here. If I didn't have
For
the
sure.
band and you didn't know what it was, you would think that this was a standard production cigar, not a Cuban sandwich. I
It still
don't.
throws me when you say that.
Well, that is the official terminology. I don't know who
Sounds
coined it.
delicious.
Sounds delicious. Now
I like
now
Cuban sandwiches too, Derek.
right.
It's one of my faves. They're
So
done right, man. They're unstoppable.
I don't know who coined that term. It's been that way for a long time, but anytime that you have your and some of them have binders, some don't. Some of them will just use the long filler. We're going to call it a binder, just wrap it and call it a day. But anytime you've got the long filler, basically the long filler is pretty much holding all the short pieces and the scraps and the short filler in place. So hence the sandwich term, but I don't know who actually coined it as a Cuban sandwich. Just somebody did at some
Probably
point.
a Cuban guy.
Yeah, probably so. But I don't know. The guys watching this, if they haven't dropped off the show by now because they're tired of us talking about a cigar that doesn't have a lot of good points, if you're still here, I don't know of another way to say anything other than the inconsistency. And if you use me and Chad as the outliers, Derek's kind of floating between us, but I've got one that's constructed almost perfectly, and you heard and saw all the issues Chad had with his, piggybacked with the temporary tonal that, I guess I should say canoe, not a tunnel, because it's not like it just went all the way through, but he still had that pocket of air.
Yeah, we're still good.
And you're good now. So there's just a lot of variances in the cigar, and which is expected with a sandwich, but it seems to be excessively inconsistent between what we got. And these came out of the same bundle, purchased at the same time, had plenty of rest, so there's no excuse for anything to say that we smoked it too soon. So,
Well, none of
I've
us
had it
can
in
say
my
that we
Tupperware
really.
for like a year.
Yeah, none of us can say we really enjoyed the flavor either. So
there was
I don't think we talked much about the flavor.
we talked
did a
about
few
it at
times.
the beginning. Chad talked more about the lingering, I'll just say
Hot garbage. Hot garbage was the
hot
term I
garbage.
used
Hot
a few
garbage.
times.
So this the title of this one's either going to be Inconsistencies or Hot Garbage. I don't know. It may be one of those two.
Inconsistent hot garbage.
Inconsistent hot garbage.
Bloopers, inconsistencies, and hot garbage.
Man, I mean, but we talked about the flavor at the beginning, like it acted like it was going to bring some good notes. It had the cocoa powder, it had some spice, it brought some wood up later, and it acted like it was going to be full of flavor, and then it just disappeared. Like Chad asked me, I think, about when I got to my second, third, and I said, well, about all I'm getting is a touch of cocoa, and it's pretty much all wood. Since that point, I've had nothing but wood, no spice. The chocolate very pulled off about the halfway point. Still no pepper. Spice is gone. There's nothing but clean tobacco and soda wood, and there's been nothing else.
It's almost a burned wood, too, like what I was getting of it, and it wasn't pleasant.
And, we say charred wood, but when we say charred wood, it's usually like a barbecue grill. That's a good note. This is not that type of wood. It's not. I don't know. It's
not good wood.
It's not good wood. Getting wood.
I'm exercising restraint here because you've talked about the big stick and inconsistent firm ash. and getting nothing but wood. And I've held off until now to say it, but okay,
Yeah.
just
I
gonna
don't
point it
think
out.
I don't think he
Somebody's got to
expects you
say.
to. He wants you to hit that ball off the tee.
Hey, I'll tell you one of the best surprises we had, and me and Chad have our moments, but we're not the like over the top guy. But I had you, and gosh, you and Brett especially. Justin has filled that role perfectly on the remote
Yep.
session. He filled the gap of the naughty boy. Great. He's has no filter, and we actually it's kind of funny. We several months back we went and did recording with the Texas Cigar Roadshow guys over in Texas. And he told them off air before we record. He's like, "Hey, just to let you know, I have a mouth, and sometimes I forget to filter it. So if you need to tell me to shut up, it's okay." He did good though. He restrained because we weren't on our show, so we didn't want to. We wanted to kind of roll with the way that they wanted to talk. So he did good, but it was funny beforehand because he warned them. It's like, "I got a mouth, so if I need to stop, just tell me."
Yep.
So he has filled the role for us of plenty of jokes. So. Chad, can you imagine if we could pull off getting the three of us and Justin, where the two of them could piggyback off each other? That would be.
Oh, we can just set aside and let those two
I
swing
know.
the golf clubs.
Just say one thing and just there's the whole show. Just Derek and
Yep.
Justin. That would be fantastic. That's a guy you would like if you could ever meet in person. And he's over here in Fort Worth, so I understand it's a little tough, but he's a good dude.
And
Yeah.
Louisiana boys.
Mm.
Oh man, I don't know, guys. This is I mean, not every show is going to be a banger of a review, and this is where our honesty comes into play. But I mean, I'm glad we all got to hang out. I'm good for that, Mark. I wish we'd had better things to talk about, and I can edit through the technology hiccups that we had. That's okay. There's always going to be issues like that. We've had several shows. It just happens. But what you can't edit out is lack of flavor. Nothing I can do about that. I don't know. So if y'all are honest, it's a cheap cigar. Like I said, average $2.50. So it's not like I'm expecting a $40 Fuente or something like that. I understand that. But coming from the factory it comes out of, even with it being a sandwich, I would have expected a little bit better presentation, even if it's a sandwich. So if you want a cheap cigar and you're going to get a cheap cigar, okay, go give it a shot. Just know that you can have a Chad stick, you can have a Patt stick, and you're not going to know which one you're getting. So if you're okay with that, by all means, go get it. Maybe you want something where you don't care what it is. That's where this would play. But I definitely would not recommend this be one that you purposely purchase if you're wanting an enjoyable evening out by the fire. This is not going to give you that atmosphere at all.
Unless you just like cigars that sound like a Harry Potter spell.
I mean,
Schizo Maduro.
That is true. It's about all I really got to say on the cigar, and I know that's not much, but that's the only consistency we've had for the show is our opinions on it.
Yeah.
At least it doesn't taste like a grave.
Oh God.
Yeah, so earth, wood, chocolate, and pepper. Let me ask you, what does earth taste like?
What? Don't answer that.
I was young and needed the money. Don't judge me. Don't judge
So
me.
anytime I see earth, I think of it more like
A grave.
So anytime I think of earth,
I envision like dirt.
Dirt.
legit earth.
Yeah, like legit.
A grave.
Hey, I don't know if you were on this show when I told you or not, but that cigar that me and Woot and Johnny Bravo did where we literally said it tasted like a grave.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward about 2 years, Chad had one completely unrelated, and he had a great experience. So I don't know.
Yeah. What was that called? I remember that.
That's the Black Crown Menace.
Black Crown,
And
yeah.
I don't. I have not had the gumption yet to go buy another one and see, because what I'm curious is did we just get a bad bundle, or did that 2-year gap, did they clean it up and Chad just got a better product? And I don't know that. I would have to go get it and try it again myself so I can do a direct comparison. But I know because all three of us, we smoked down, and that every time we tried to be nice about it, we just interrupted us. It tastes like a grave. It's like, and it did. It was just nothing but dirt. So,
Well, obviously they saw the episode and changed their ways.
I would like to say that would be cool,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Making a difference, Pat.
Yeah.
hey,
I don't care what YouTube says.
One bad stick at a time.
but you know, but
Yeah,
I
we were
guess
talking earlier about Sires having to take down his cigar channel and becoming gun tubers. Like, I'd be cool with that too. You know, I know a little bit about guns.
I don't know. I'm hoping we're able to keep doing this. You know, we're cleaning up how we present things on the show to try to, because I don't want to get kicked off the show, but I still want to be able to do this stuff because, you know, we don't make money off of this. The only money we make is on the merch, and that literally still just piggybacks the cost of the software, which we're still not making profit on. So we do this because we want to do it and it's fun. I'm hoping we can keep doing that. You know, we'll see what happens from there, but I don't know, gents. I guess it's about time to wrap up. The show was good. The cigar was not. So
Fair.
All right, very accurate.
And, you know, got to bring Derek back on and hang out with him and watch the sun. As we said, he wouldn't defeat the sun. The sun proved its point and tried to cook his phone. So,
Oh, sorry, airplane.
squirrel. But I do appreciate you coming out and hanging out with us, Derek. I know you're a busy new dad with a young kid, and that takes a toll. And so I appreciate you actually being able to squeeze an hour or two out to hang out with us for a little bit.
Oh, my pleasure, man. I mean, it's been a while.
It has. And Chad, always a pleasure, my man. Thanks for stomaching through this cigar with us to give us a show.
Yeah, that's a stretch, but it's good to see you, Derek. Let's just move on from that.
Move on.
Same.
Anyway,
Thank you for your sacrifice.
We'll
Thank
do
you
it again
for your
sometime.
sacrifice.
Hopefully, it'll be a better experience.
So you guys hang around, watch the end of the show long enough to see what we actually figure out to put on a rating. I'm not sure where we're going to work this out because we're going to have a little conversation about it, but stick around, see what we do. And next time, hopefully it'll be better. But until next time, y'all know the drill. Stay safe and hollow down.
Bye. And cut.